Attention! This video is for educational purposes only. The content was created to give insight and knowledge of the products displayed within this video. I own all rights of the audio and video of this creation.
How y'all doing today? It's Vez back here again with another episode of Beats and Sneaks. And today is going to be the first official subtopic video. And subtopic is where I answer a question that I either got a lot of thumbs up on one of my videos or just a question that I've received that I felt was good enough to make a video on because I feel like it'll help a lot of people. So the first question comes from a YouTuber. His channel is Superb Kicks, and his question was that he wanted me to, he didn't understand the differences between general release shoes, early release shoes, and ghost pairs. So what I did was I got examples. So a general release pair will be like the Jordan 5s here. You know, this one's from Foot Locker. I did this in a video before. General release is a shoe that is basically released to the general public. It's not limited at all. There's a bunch of them produced for the mass amount of stores throughout the country. So a prime example would be like this Jordan here, or any other Jordan original color retro that you see all over the internet and people getting early pairs of and stuff like that, and shoes that people camp out for a lot of times because there's so many people who want the shoe. You would think that the shoe is limited because of the fact that people has to camp out for them, but actually these shoes aren't limited. So the Fire Red 5 here that released earlier this year is an example of a general release. Now the difference, now what you didn't ask was quick strikes. Okay, this is a general release, meaning it's just produced for any store. It doesn't have to be a high-end store. The store could just be a lower-end Foot Locker that doesn't make that much money. Quick strikes generally go to stores that gross a lot of money and boutique-style stores. Stores where they actually have a bunch of money. The stores make a lot of money. That's where the quick strikes go to. If a store doesn't make money, they're not going to send it there, obviously. But a quick strike will be like the Corks, the LeBron 10 Corks, the LeBron MVP, which is coming out soon, which is going to actually be worse than probably the South Beach 8s and the Corks. That release is going to be ridiculous. And like the Hair 7s. Also, I could say the Galaxy Foamposite. Those are all like quick strikes or limited. I won't even say quick strike. Those are limited. A quick strike is a shoe where you don't even know it's coming out. They just put it out in actual stores that get the shoes usually don't even know that they're getting the shoe because they don't know until like a day or two before the release date. It just pops up in their stores. So a quick strike is just a shoe that randomly comes out. It doesn't have an official release date. They don't really promote it. They just end up in the store. And those are the shoes that was kind of like the South Beach was a quick strike. But Jordan brand has released a quick strike since I don't know when. It's been so long. But that's that. And a early release pair is a shoe that is it's authentic, but it's an early release. An early release is often what a lot of people consider a B grade, because a B grade is a shoe that has something wrong with the shoe. Either the glue's all over the place or it might have a crease or something like that. But that's why I don't say B grades. To me, B grades don't even exist because that's all quality control. A lot of shoes actually show up in Foot Locker, in Foot Action, in Champs, in Mr. Allen, and a boutique store, in my store, that actually has glue all over the place, or sometimes they'll have a crease in it. Everybody know that was the case with the 11s. A lot of people got 11s that had glue on them. A lot of people have multiple pairs, and all of them have like glue you know, sticking out. That's why I say B grades don't. It's not really such thing as B grades. For me, it's just like he asked. There's 4 different shoes. It's either a general release, a limited edition, limited shoe or quick strike, a ghost pair, and you know, that's about it really. This shoe will be considered an early release. Y'all also saw me do the video on this. Now I didn't get this before it came out. I got it after it came out, but the production date on this shoe is a month different between the official release. That's what this is, an early release shoe. And he asked me what's the difference between the ghost pair too. Our early release is basically a ghost pair. Ghost pairs, and basically people just come up with these phrases and they're all over the place and it confuses everybody. A ghost pair is basically a shoe that's unauthorized by Nike. So if anytime you see a person with an early release shoe, it's an unauthorized shoe, aka a ghost pair. They call it unauthorized because Nike didn't authorize it. It's a ghost, meaning like it's snuck past quality control or through past Nike, basically. So you got these guys doing these restocks on these websites and stuff like that. All of those are ghost pairs, aka unauthorized sneakers. You can get those before they come out or after they come out. Like I got this one after the grapes came out, and this is an early release pair though, because they make so many of them to try to, you know, feed all these different people who want these shoes. Because even though Jordan brand makes a lot of shoes, they still don't make nowhere near enough for the amount of people who want them. And a lot of people go crazy over the 11s, but a lot of people don't know that the 11 is the one Jordan that they make the most pairs of. It's the most, it's the shoe that they have the most pairs of. Like shoe stores that usually get 18 pair of 5s and 18 pair of the 13s and stuff, they usually get like 35 pairs of the 11. So that shoe isn't limited at all, just so y'all know that. And his last question was, you know, he didn't ask, but I just thought I should add this to it. A replica. The replica is like this shoe here. Y'all seen this before too. As you can see, I haven't worn it. So I know some people will be like, oh, you wear replicas and this and that. Actually, I haven't even worn this shoe, as you can see, and that video was a while ago. I mean, even if I did, so what? Y'all know I can get any shoe I want. So it's not like, oh, I'm just wearing reps. I just do what I want to do, basically. But this is a replica shoe. And the reason why I say there's no such thing as B grades is because a lot of people would think a B grade is a replica shoe. And a replica shoe is a shoe that's made in the same factory, but they miss like a whole part. Like, for example, you guys, you see this is good. That's the 23 on the back. But you see that the carbon fiber, I don't know if you can see that, but it's like painted on. It's not, like I said, it's not the actual, you know, carbon fiber that you get on your other shoes. So this is a replica. B grades do not exist because they end up in everybody's stores regardless. That's a part of quality control. Somebody might see, they might have one worker working in the factory, and if it got one spot on it, he toss it. Nope, we're not keeping that. But another worker might be like, this shoe, that one spot is not that bad, I might as well keep it, and then, you know, keep pushing them on forward. So there's no such thing as that. And so I'm gonna chop it right here and then on to the next question. Oh, and by the way, if you interested in this replica shoe still, I will have a link to where you can get this shoe in the description. These are only $100. As you can see, the shoe is actually, you know, pretty good quality. I haven't worn the shoe. You see the bottom is pretty good and everything else, but if you want the shoe, it's only like $100 on the website. That'll be in the description. So So on to the next question. Okay, and the next question was from another YouTuber, and his name is JTuber. And his question was, do I think that shoes are overpriced these days? And he said that he felt that it's not worth it because Jordan and Nike, and other shoe companies, they just keep remaking the same shoes that were already made but with different materials. And my question for that is, no, I don't think they're overpriced. Honestly, anything over the cost of the shoe, the cost that it makes to, that it costs to make the actual shoe, which is like $10, anything over that is overpriced. Anything that's $150 to $250 to $350, to me, I wouldn't say it's overpriced once you got over the fact, once it's over the point of the cost that it makes to make the shoe, then after that it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, shoes like Jordans and Foamposites and all of these retro style shoes that were made back in the day, like in the 90s and late 80s and stuff, a lot of those shoes aren't for a lot of you guys. And JTuber, if you want to check him out, he's on Instagram too. I can't remember his Instagram name, but he's a young cat. He does his shoe thing too. I feel like once he's around my age, he's probably gonna be big with the shoes. But one thing to understand is nothing is overpriced because everything isn't for everybody. Like I said, a lot of these shoes were made in the early 90s, late 80s, even early 80s, and the main people complaining that the shoes cost too much are either the mothers, the single mothers out there who are buying these shoes for the kids, and the kids themselves, the younger guys that are like born in like 94 and 95 and stuff like that, didn't even have a chance to see Michael Jordan play, and they wanted shoes. For one, you're too young. I mean, I can't say that you don't have money. A lot of you guys don't have money. Your parents give you, allowance and stuff like that. And a lot of you guys, some of you guys actually do work. But at that age, you're not going to make enough money to just keep buying these shoes. So the reason why I say I don't think they're overpriced is because, for one, once they're over that $20 mark, they're overpriced. So anything after that doesn't matter. And it's all about priorities. Like, for example, the phrase hype beast. People called me a hype beast before I started my channel. Like, you get every shoe, but they didn't understand that that's my business. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? Even if it wasn't my business, I buy whatever I want. That's like a guy buying a mansion or a Lamborghini. Is he a hype beast? No, he just rewarding himself. His cost of living is different. His priorities is different from everybody else. The main people who call somebody a hype beast is the main people who mad because they want what you have. They can't buy it, so they say you're a hype beast. Because the main people who can buy the shoe, they would end up with the shoe anyway. People who call people a hype beast are people who can't get the shoe, because if they could get the shoe, it don't matter if they didn't get a release date. They got the money to buy it off somebody. Or if they buy shoes so much, they're going to have a relationship with one of these stores to where they'll hold a shoe for them. In like a boutique style store. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. A guy who wants Jordans these days and can't get them, saying that they're overpriced, those are the ones, I won't even say they hype beasts, those are the ones who just want a shoe because everybody else want it. Because by definition, everybody is a hype beast. A hype beast is someone who get a shoe that everyone likes. And everything that you like is what everybody else like. You're not going to like something because it's ugly. If everybody thinks it's ugly, you're not going to like it because it's ugly. Because you're acknowledging that it's ugly off the rip. So that whole hype beast thing should be dead. Like, for example, the type of girl you like, the type of car you want to drive, all of that is influenced by what is praised around you. For example, I can even use religion. People who are Christian, if you say, I don't believe in God, they'll cuss you out and everything else. And it's like, okay, how you cussing me out but you're a Christian? And it's not that they're a Christian because Jesus came down and spoke to them themselves. It's because their family taught them to be a Christian. Your environment teaches you to be a certain way. So you got these guys saying the shoe is overpriced and this and that. It's because people in their area has the shoes or they want the shoes, and they either can't afford the shoe and everybody else have it, or everybody in their neighborhood can't afford it and they want it because they see celebrities and people on Instagram and people like me doing reviews, and they say, I want the shoe, but it's way too much. It's not. It's just that it's not for you right now. For example, a lot of people should stick to like an Air Force One, which shoes are expensive. If shoes are, and this is not to be racist or anything, but I got a lot of white friends, and some of them, they buy Jordans here and there, but they more so, they go to like Journeys and like Zoomies and stuff like that to get their shoes, because not because they can't afford the shoe, but because their priorities are different. A lot of them are into graphic design, a lot of them are funding other companies they're trying to start, a lot of them are paying for school out of pocket. So it's not that they can't afford it, it's just that it doesn't make sense for them to buy it. And that's the thing. Now I got a lot of black friends that's like that too, but I also have black and white friends whose priorities are just all screwed up. They'll miss a cell phone payment or whatever just to buy a shoe, and to me that's just crazy. Don't ever train yourself to put off responsibility for material things. Don't ever do that, ever. I know I review a lot of shoes, but trust me, there's so many shoes I passed up, it's ridiculous. Not because I couldn't get it or because I would have had to put off a phone bill or a utility bill or whatever, but just sometimes it's just smarter to just keep your money in your bank account. It just is. And like, this is an Air Force One that I bought a while ago. I never even wore it. I wore it maybe, actually I have worn it. I wore it like once or twice maybe, but they were like very brief, like put them on, run to the store real quick, or hit a movie real quick. You know, nobody really seen me. And the shoe was really good, and I got this shoe. The shoe was dope, you know what I'm saying? Air Force One is a timeless shoe. There's so many shoes that copied off the shape of the shoe. It's ridiculous. But I got this shoe on sale, and this is when I was working at Finish Line when I first graduated high school. And the shoe was on sale for like 59 bucks because it was sitting there, and I got 30% off. But as you can see, the shoe is dope. I mean, I could just put this shoe on and no one has the shoe. You get what I'm saying at this point? So stuff like this shoe. And then the shoe that I recently got. You know, I don't just buy all the stuff I review. I buy a lot of random shoes. I just don't review everything I buy because a lot of stuff people don't care about. Like this shoe here. You know, I also got another pair of these. It's like a green one with the tan Nike check on it. These shoes are very comfortable, and it's a mature look. Like if I want to dress up, sometimes I wear these to church even, you know. Just stuff like that. These shoes are only like 65 bucks. You know, stuff like that. And yeah, if you look at shoes in general, like anything with a name is going to cost a lot. Like even that replica shoe I showed you cost more than those two. And those are Nike brand. Straight up authentic shoes out of Foot Locker, Finish Line. But that replica shoe costs more because it's a Jordan. So my whole thing is, it's not that it costs too much, it's that it's a luxury to buy certain shoes. Like, you're not going to come out of high school, working a minimum wage job, and get work for a few months and go talk to a contractor about getting a mini mansion. And then you're not gonna go to a car lot, work a minimum wage, shopping for a 745 BMW or even a Pontiac G8. You're not about to go on no car lot looking for that because you know, like, okay, I don't make enough money for that. I'm not pulling in 6 figures. It don't even make sense for me to do that, right? Even though these are shoes, you gotta look at that the same way. Y'all see me review all these shoes, right? Do y'all see me with a pair of Marty McFlys? No, because even though I could, I'll be putting off about maybe 30 shoes, 20 to 30 shoes just to get that one shoe. It don't make sense. Yeah, I can do it, but it don't make sense. It's not a smart business move or a smart move financially. You know, maybe one day I'll have them, but I don't even see myself wearing that shoe. I don't even like that shoe, so y'all will never even see me care or post about that shoe at all. I think the whole thing about them doing it for charity was dope, but that was just to justify that price, man, at the end of the day. So, you know, you got people that say, well, what about the Jordans that aren't retro? What about, you know, Fusion Jordans and other type of Jordans, Team Jordans. Well, those are still expensive. Like, this is a Fusion Jordan. This is a 617-23. I also got this when I was working at Finish Line. You know, you can see that it yellowed at the bottom. This is a shoe that I actually love. This shoe as much as I actually like this shoe more than some of my retros. It's just, you know, it just stands out. And this shoe is the 6 to 17 and the 23 mixed together. And I honestly like this shoe more than the actual 17. Because as you all know, the 6s are like one of my favorite Jordans. The 6s, the 5s, and the 11s are like my favorite Jordans. As a kid, it was the 12s and the 13s, but you know, that changed over time. But like this shoe cost $145, so that's still a lot. This shoe didn't go on sale, but there were other colors that ended up going on sale. Some even went down to like $89, $79, and if you got like a little coupon, you can get like $10 off, or maybe you could get like a shirt for them and get $20 off. So even these are still pricey, but they aren't that 180, 160, 235, 260, 280 price. And then you also have like the shoe, like, you know, the Spizike, you know, Jordan Spizikes to this day, and this is a classic right here. I haven't cleaned this shoe up in a long time. I haven't worn it in a long time, but I have pretty much all the classic Spizikes. This shoe, for some reason, always cost more than the regular retro Jordans. Like if you go to Foot Locker right now, you know, all the shoes that people camp out for and stand in line for are 160. These are 175. Some of them are even 180. You know, so it's like, at the end of the day, it's what they want to put on that retail sticker at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, it ain't about what Jordan you buy cheaper Jordan and this and that. They all still are around that $100 price mark, and that's what people are saying is too expensive. A replica shoe is $100. A cheaper branded shoe is close to $100. So the best thing to do is when you go shopping, if you feel like shoes cost too much, either get it out of your mind. You training yourself to want something that you don't need right now. Like, I want to go out and buy a 2012 Ford Fusion right now, but I'm not about to do it because it's just not a smart idea for me to do that right now. Maybe later in the year, you know, I'll get one or something, but right now it's not a smart business move. So it's just something, instead of complaining about it, you set it off, you say, okay, that's not something I need to do right now. And you set a goal to where you can do that in the future. You get what I'm saying? Like, right now I have on, you know, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all probably wondering what shoe I have on with this loud shirt, but you know, I have on right now the Dunkman LeBrons. You know, these are still like crispy. But my whole thing is, a lot of people say, you know, why not go back and get older Jordans and stuff like that? Which I'm going to go back and do, because there's a lot of Jordans that I missed. But what I do is, if I'm going to spend a lot of money, I'm going to get what I want, which is like all of these shoes. As you see, it was a variety of shoes right there. I go and get like shoes like LeBron's that they are expensive, but I call them a filler shoe, because LeBron is 180, right? And a lot of people would say, well, that's a lot for a shoe. And this is my biggest point about the prices of shoes. Well, that 180 pays for itself. And I know a lot of y'all are probably like, okay, well, how does that pay for itself? Well, because this shoe here, the Concord, you wear this shoe a couple of times, you know, somebody might scuff your or scratch your patent leather. This area gets all dirty, and yeah, you can clean it up with like some Jason Marks or something, and it comes out pretty good. But still, you know, this shoe is such a, you know, such a sought after shoe, and it's so pricey. Once you mess it up, it's like, okay, I don't even want to wear the shoe, which is crazy because it's a shoe and that's what it's meant for. Like, I keep a lot of my older shoes are still in good condition, because I mean, I always tell you guys, I wait like almost a whole year or at least 6 months before I wear a shoe, because even though I like the same things a lot of other people like, I don't like wearing it because it's new. I like to wear stuff when people see it, they say, dang, you still got those? Or just for me, I don't want to wear something and I keep seeing somebody with it. You get what I'm saying? That's why even now I drive a car. My car is like bright yellow. People be like, why you have a yellow car? Because it's like such a common car that I wanted to paint it a different color. You get what I'm saying? That's just how I've always been. I always want to be different. And then also you have the shoe that I showed you earlier too. The 5s, Jordan 5s, and also like Air Force 1s. The point I'm making here is that this shoe pays for itself because this shoe is $180. That Jordan is $180, $185. Those 5s are $160, but this shoe will outlast 10 to 15 pairs of those. So the time it takes for me to mess up this shoe, I would have gone through 10 or 15 pair of those, or 20 pair of those. So that's like a good, what, $2,500 to $3,000 in Jordans. And I could just spend $180 and have this LeBron for a long time. Play basketball in it, clean it off, wear it to work every day, clean it off. This shoe is built to last. That's why I get LeBrons. I got a pair of LeBrons for like almost every color shoe. Almost, not every color shoe, but I got a different color of LeBrons for like every color that I wear. Because if it's raining outside or something like that, I'm not going to want to just throw on a pair of my Jordans or something like that. If it's muddy outside, I throw these LeBrons on because they real comfortable for one. It's like the most comfortable shoes out there. And you dirty them up, you just wipe them off. They don't crease for nothing. The most you can do is scuff them, but you got to be crazy hard on your shoes to scuff them because of the material used. So at the end of the day, man, no shoes aren't overpriced. They just aren't priced for everybody. This has been Vaz with the first subtopic video. If y'all like what I'm doing, hit that like button, subscribe, thumbs up, whatever you feel like you want to do. Like I said, if you wanted that replica shoe for $100 because you don't care, there are fixes for them. That link will be in the description. Also, a link to my Instagram if you want to follow me on there because I always post up my pictures before I do the videos. And I also have a fan page here I'm going to have a link to because I'm going to start pushing that because it's much easier for me to answer you guys' questions and stuff like that on there versus having to check my YouTube and stuff because there's so much going on that it's hard to keep up with it. But the fan page makes it easier for you to see everything. So, you know, comment below on what you think you want me to talk about the next subtopic video. Go to my like page, it'll be in the description as well. And the description is the area after you hit the show more button under this video. All the information will be there. So, once again, peace out. Y'all have a good one. Gone.